Swami Vivekananda, a voice that changed history. Welcome, dear friends. This channel helps you learn English through the inspiring stories of great leaders and thinkers. Today's story is about Swami Vivekananda, a fearless soul whose wisdom and spiritual power transformed India and left a lasting impact on the world. Long ago, in the city of Kolkata, then Calcutta, there was a boy born in 1863 named Narendranath Datta. From a very young age, it was clear that Narendranath was special. He was curious, intelligent, and had a deep desire to understand the mysteries of life. He loved reading books and asking questions about God, truth, and the purpose of human life. Narendranath was the eldest son in a well-respected family. His father, Vishwanath Datta, was a lawyer and a man of discipline, honesty, and wisdom. His mother, Bhubaneswari Devi, was gentle, loving, and deeply spiritual. She taught young Narendra the importance of morality, devotion, and compassion. From her, he learned the value of selflessness and the power of faith. Even as a child, Narendranath had extraordinary courage and fearlessness. He loved exploring nature, animals, and people. He would help anyone in need, whether it was a poor neighbor or a stray animal. He was honest, truthful, and never afraid to speak what he felt was right. Many teachers noticed his sharp intelligence, quick learning, and deep curiosity. But Narendranath was not satisfied with ordinary knowledge. While other children focused on studies, sports, or games, he often wondered about deeper questions. What is God? Why do humans suffer? What is the purpose of life? These thoughts made him different from his friends, and sometimes adults found it hard to answer his questions. As he grew older, Narendranath showed a strong determination and a fearless mind. He was not afraid of hardships, failures, or challenges. Instead, he faced them with courage, patience, and a strong will. He searched for a true teacher who could give real answers, not empty words. This inner struggle slowly shaped his future and prepared him for a life of sacrifice and service to humanity. His friends called him Narendra, but later the world would remember him as Swami Vivekananda, the monk who awakened the soul of India. Early education and quest for knowledge. Narendranath's early education began at home, where his parents noticed his sharp intellect and eagerness to learn. Later, he continued his schooling in Kolkata, attending institutions where he consistently stood out for his brilliance. From a very young age, Narendranath displayed exceptional memory, intelligence, and creativity. He was curious about everything around him, whether it was the mysteries of nature, the laws of science, the lessons of history, or the beauty of literature. Books became his closest companions, and he often stayed up late into the night reading, reflecting, and thinking deeply about life. Reading was not just a habit for him, it was a way to explore the world and understand human nature more deeply. Even as a child, Narendranath was deeply drawn to religion and spirituality. He frequently visited temples, listened attentively to stories of saints and sages, and spent hours meditating quietly by himself. However, simple stories, rituals, or superficial explanations did not satisfy him. He longed to understand the truth behind life, the nature of God, and the ultimate purpose of human existence. His curiosity was profound, and he constantly asked questions that challenged conventional beliefs and simple answers. This inner questioning made him different from other children of his age. As a teenager, Narendranath's inquisitive nature became more apparent. He fearlessly questioned teachers, priests, and elders about profound topics such as life, death, and divinity. While some adults were impressed by his depth of thought, others felt uneasy with his persistent questioning. He often said, "I want to see God. I want to know the truth myself, not just read about it." This desire reflected his courage, sincerity, and determination to seek knowledge beyond textbooks and traditions. Narendranath also demonstrated fearlessness and calmness in the face of danger. On one occasion, while traveling to a distant place, he encountered a risky situation, yet he remained composed and brave, leaving everyone around him amazed. His teachers and elders noticed not only his courage, but also his wisdom, compassion, and sense of responsibility toward others. He naturally inspired trust and respect wherever he went. During his school and college years, Narendranath encountered many books, scholars, and ideas that influenced his thinking. He studied Western philosophy, science, and literature, gaining a broad perspective on knowledge. At the same time, he explored India's ancient spiritual traditions, and he deeply admired Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, whose profound teachings would later transform his life entirely. Despite his academic achievements, Narendranath felt restless and unsatisfied. He yearned for answers beyond books, exams, and worldly success. His heart sought direct experience of truth, spiritual insight, and a deeper understanding of life. This deep restlessness was not confusion, but a powerful calling from within. This inner calling became the driving force of his journey, one that would not only change his own life but eventually inspire an entire nation. Meeting Ramakrishna and the legacy of Swami Vivekananda. Narendranath's life took a decisive turn when he met Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, a saint known for his deep spiritual wisdom and divine experiences. At first, Narendranath was curious but skeptical. He had studied philosophy and religion, and he wanted real proof of God, not just teachings or stories. He visited Ramakrishna at Dakshineswar Kali temple and asked profound questions. Have you seen God? Can anyone really know the truth? Ramakrishna's simple yet powerful answers amazed him. The saint explained that God is not just a concept. God can be experienced directly through devotion, meditation, and love. Narendranath observed Ramakrishna closely. He saw that the saint had no fear, no selfish desires, and infinite compassion. Ramakrishna treated everyone equally, whether they were rich or poor, learned or simple. He lived his life with total surrender to God and taught that all paths lead to the same truth. Inspired, Narendranath became Ramakrishna's disciple. Under the saint's guidance, he learned meditation, self-discipline, and spiritual practices. He also learned the importance of love, service, and fearlessness. Ramakrishna encouraged him to explore the world with courage and help humanity through knowledge and service. Ramakrishna often told Narendranath, "Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached." These words became a guiding light in Vivekananda's life. He realized that spiritual wisdom without action was incomplete, and that true knowledge should benefit humanity. Through Ramakrishna, Narendranath understood the unity of all religions and the importance of selfless service, compassion, and fearlessness. He saw that God could be realized in every human being and that serving others was the highest form of worship. This meeting transformed Narendranath into a seeker with a mission, ready to dedicate his life to spiritual awakening and the welfare of humanity. Swami Vivekananda passed away on July 4, 1902 at the young age of 39, but his teachings continue to inspire millions around the world. Even in his brief life, he showed that courage, selflessness, knowledge, and devotion could transform individuals and societies. His life reminds us that true immortality lies not in years lived, but in the lasting impact of wisdom, service, and love for humanity. After Ramakrishna's passing in 1886, Narendranath felt a deep sense of loss. His beloved guru was gone, but his teachings remained alive in his heart. Narendranath now took the path of a monk, renouncing worldly life and devoted himself entirely to spiritual practice and selfless service. He became known as Swami Vivekananda. As a young monk, Vivekananda faced many hardships. He traveled across India, meeting saints, scholars, and ordinary people. He saw widespread poverty, ignorance, and suffering. He realized that India's spiritual wisdom was immense, but the people were struggling with hunger, disease, and lack of education. This observation strengthened his determination to serve humanity. During these years, Vivekananda experienced intense spiritual practices. He meditated for long hours, studied ancient scriptures, and explored the depths of his mind. Sometimes he faced doubts, struggles, and physical hardships, but he never gave up. His courage, focus, and inner strength grew stronger every day. He also traveled to holy places like Varanasi, Rishikesh, and the Himalayas. In these journeys, he met sages, yogas, and scholars, learning from their experiences and understanding the diversity of human thought. He realized that true spirituality is not limited to rituals or temples. It is about awakening the soul and serving others selflessly. Vivekananda also understood the importance of fearlessness. He believed that humans must rise above personal weaknesses, doubts, and attachments to achieve greatness. He often said that strength, courage, and self-confidence were essential for spiritual and worldly success. Despite the challenges, Vivekananda remained focused on his mission to spread the message of Vedanta, the eternal spiritual truths of India, and to awaken the nation to its inner strength. He knew that knowledge, self-discipline, and service were the pillars of a meaningful life. Despite the challenges, Vivekananda remained focused on his mission to spread the message of Vedanta, the eternal spiritual truths of India, and to awaken the nation to its inner strength. He knew that knowledge, self-discipline, and service were the pillars of a meaningful life. He dreamed of an India where people were confident, educated, and compassionate. Vivekananda believed that youth were the future of the nation. He urged them to believe in themselves, serve the poor, and see God in every human being. His vision continues to guide the world even today. Journey to the West, the Chicago Speech, and the Final Years. In 1893, Swami Vivekananda embarked on a journey that would change the world's perception of India and its spiritual heritage. He traveled to America to attend the Parliament of the World's Religions in Chicago. This historic event brought together religious leaders from around the globe, offering a rare platform to share ideas about faith, tolerance, and spirituality. When Vivekananda arrived in Chicago, he was young, humble, and unknown. He faced many hardships, including poverty and rejection, yet he never lost faith in his mission. There were days when he had no proper food or shelter, but his confidence in truth kept him strong. He carried with him the profound wisdom of India's spiritual traditions and the blessings of his guru, Sri Ramakrishna. On September 11, 1893, he addressed the Parliament, beginning with the iconic words, "Sisters and Brothers of America." These words, simple yet full of warmth, drew a thunderous applause from the audience. People were moved not only by his greeting but by the spiritual depth, courage, and love in his voice. Vivekananda spoke about the unity of all religions, the importance of tolerance, and the idea that every soul is divine. He explained that no religion is superior or inferior. Each path leads to the same truth, and every human being has the potential to realize God within themselves. His words were revolutionary for the time, emphasizing respect, equality, and universal brotherhood. Many listeners felt they were hearing a new voice of wisdom and hope that the modern world deeply needed. Vivekananda's speech made him famous overnight. Scholars, leaders, and ordinary people were inspired by his wisdom, clarity, and humility. He toured America and Europe, giving lectures, teaching meditation, and spreading the message of Vedanta and selfless service. He also encouraged people to believe in themselves and live fearlessly. During his travels, Vivekananda observed the strength and energy of the Western world, but he also saw spiritual emptiness and material obsession in society. He believed that true happiness could not come from wealth alone. He emphasized practical spirituality. Faith must be lived through action, service, discipline, and courage. Through this journey, Vivekananda became a powerful bridge between East and West. He showed that India was not just a land of rituals and myths, but a civilization of deep wisdom, inner strength, and spiritual insight. Sadly, Vivekananda's life was short. Despite his immense energy and tireless work, he passed away on July 4, 1902 at the young age of 39 in Belur Math near Kolkata. His death was peaceful, yet it left a great void. His message of fearlessness, self-realization, and service continues to guide millions worldwide. Vivekananda's life reminds us that true greatness is measured not by years, but by wisdom, courage, and love shared with humanity. Work in India and social reforms. After returning to India in 1897, Swami Vivekananda focused on applying his spiritual wisdom to serve the nation. He believed that true progress came from the awakening of the mind and soul of the people, not just material development. He traveled extensively across India, visiting villages, towns, and cities to understand the problems faced by common people. Vivekananda saw widespread poverty, illiteracy, social discrimination, and suffering. He realized that India needed not only education but also courage, self-confidence, and moral strength. He said that a nation could rise only when its people were strong, fearless, and spiritually aware. He founded the Ramakrishna Mission in 1897 to promote education, healthcare, relief work, and spiritual growth. Through the mission, he worked tirelessly to help the poor, orphans, and the downtrodden. He believed that serving humanity was the highest form of worship and that helping others was the true path to God. Vivekananda also focused on uplifting the youth. He said, "Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached." He encouraged young people to be bold, disciplined, and self-reliant. He emphasized that strength, courage, and knowledge were the key to personal and national development. He spoke against social evils such as caste discrimination, gender inequality, and superstition. He believed that all people were equal and that society should be built on justice, compassion, and moral values. He encouraged education for girls and stressed the importance of character building alongside intellectual learning. Vivekananda also inspired leaders, thinkers, and students with his vision of a strong and enlightened India. He believed that India's true power lay in its spiritual heritage, and that combining spirituality with action could transform the nation. Through his teachings and social work, Vivekananda became a symbol of courage, wisdom, and selfless service. His life showed that spirituality and action must go hand in hand to bring lasting change. Swami Vivekananda's life and work were guided by deep spiritual principles and practical wisdom. His teachings combined ancient Indian philosophy with modern ideas, making them relevant for every age and culture. One of his central teachings was the divinity of the soul. He believed that every human being has infinite potential, and realizing this inner divinity is the ultimate goal of life. He often said, "Each soul is potentially divine." The goal is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. This teaching inspired people to look beyond weaknesses and fear and strive for greatness. Vivekananda emphasized strength, courage, and self-confidence. He believed that spiritual wisdom alone was not enough. One must also be strong and fearless to act in the world. He told the youths, "Take up one idea. Make that one idea your life, think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea and just leave every other idea alone." This is the way to success. Another key aspect of his philosophy was service to humanity. He taught that helping others is the highest form of worship. He said that God resides in every human being and serving people is serving God. His life reflected this belief as he worked tirelessly to feed the hungry, educate the poor, and uplift society. Vivekananda also emphasized religious tolerance and universal acceptance. He believed that all religions were different paths leading to the same truth. He encouraged respect for all faiths and rejected narrow-mindedness, superstition, and sectarianism. Education and character building were also central to his philosophy. He believed that learning should not only develop intelligence but also strengthen moral courage, self-discipline, and compassion. He urged students and leaders to cultivate both mind and heart. Finally, Vivekananda stressed self-reliance and fearlessness. He said that individuals and nations must depend on their own strength, courage, and wisdom. Only by awakening the inner power could people achieve freedom, progress, and spiritual growth. Through these teachings, Vivekananda inspired millions to awaken their inner potential, act with courage, serve humanity, and seek truth. His philosophy combined the spiritual depth of India with practical guidance for life, making him a teacher for all generations. His philosophy combined the spiritual depth of India with practical guidance for life, making him a teacher for all generations. Even today, his ideas continue to guide India and the world. Schools, service organizations, and youth movements follow his vision of selfless service and inner strength. His message reminds us that real change begins within us, and a strong character can transform families, society, and the nation. Swami Vivekananda's ideas and actions had a profound impact not only in India but also across the world. Through his speeches, writings, and personal example, he inspired people to awaken their inner strength, seek knowledge, and act for the welfare of others. He believed that every human being carries infinite potential and must have faith in oneself to rise in life. In India, Vivekananda motivated the youth to become fearless, self-reliant, and morally strong. He encouraged them to take pride in their culture, heritage, and spiritual traditions, while also embracing modern knowledge and science. He often reminded young people that character, discipline, and hard work are the true foundations of national progress. His vision of a strong, educated, and morally upright India inspired leaders, reformers, and ordinary citizens alike. Vivekananda's message of service, equality, and compassion influenced social and educational reforms in India. He promoted education for girls, upliftment of the poor, and the eradication of social evils like caste discrimination. He believed that true religion means serving humanity and seeing God in every living being. His words encouraged people to look beyond selfish interests and work for the good of society. Many organizations, schools, and movements in India were guided by his teachings and example. Internationally, Vivekananda became a symbol of India's spiritual and intellectual strength. His speeches at the Chicago Parliament of Religions introduced the world to the philosophy of Vedanta and the universal message of harmony, tolerance, and brotherhood. His words helped break stereotypes about India and built respect for Eastern wisdom. He inspired countless thinkers, writers, and leaders worldwide. Figures like Albert Einstein and Mahatma Gandhi admired his vision and the power of his ideas. His philosophy of combining spiritual growth with social action influenced not only religious seekers but also educators, reformers, and activists across the globe. Swami Vivekananda's influence continues even today. His teachings are studied in schools, colleges, and spiritual centers. The Ramakrishna Mission, which he founded, works tirelessly to promote education, healthcare, disaster relief, and social welfare in India and abroad. His life reminds humanity that courage, knowledge, faith, and selfless service can transform individuals, communities, and nations. Through his vision, India rediscovered pride in its heritage, and the world saw the power of spiritual wisdom combined with practical action. Vivekananda became not just a monk, but a symbol of awakening, inspiration, and eternal truth. Swami Vivekananda's life was a shining example of courage, wisdom, and selfless service. Even though he lived only 39 years, his teachings and actions left an eternal impact on India and the world. His message continues to inspire millions to seek knowledge, strength, and truth. One of his greatest legacies is the emphasis on self-realization and inner strength. He taught that every individual has infinite potential, and by discovering this inner power, one can overcome fear, ignorance, and weakness. His words, "You are the creator of your own destiny," encourage people to take responsibility for their lives and act with courage and confidence. Vivekananda's life also showed the importance of service to humanity. He believed that helping others was not only a duty but the highest form of spiritual practice. The Ramakrishna Mission, which he established, continues to serve the poor, educate children, provide healthcare, and help communities in need. This institution embodies his philosophy of practical spirituality, combining wisdom with action. Another enduring lesson from Vivekananda is religious tolerance and universal brotherhood. He showed that all religions lead to the same truth and that differences in faith should never divide humanity. His teachings promote peace, understanding, harmony, and mutual respect across cultures and nations. He also inspired youth and leaders to awaken their potential. His powerful call, "Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached," remains a guiding mantra for students, professionals, and reformers. His life proves that determination, discipline, faith, and knowledge can overcome even the greatest obstacles. Vivekananda's philosophy emphasizes balance in life, strength of body, clarity of mind, and purity of heart. He taught that wealth, power, and comfort are temporary, but knowledge, character, and selfless service are eternal and meaningful. His influence crosses generations. Philosophers, social reformers, spiritual seekers, teachers, and ordinary people continue to draw inspiration from his life and ideas. Vivekananda became not just a monk or speaker, but a symbol of India's eternal spiritual wisdom and universal ideals. Swami Vivekananda passed away on July 4, 1902, at the young age of 39, yet his departure did not diminish his presence. Even in death, his teachings continue to inspire courage, devotion, discipline, and selfless action. His life reminds humanity that it is not the length of life but the depth of impact that truly matters. Through his life and teachings, Swami Vivekananda left the world with a simple yet profound message: discover your inner divinity, serve humanity selflessly, live with courage, and seek the ultimate truth. His legacy reminds us that true strength and lasting happiness come from knowledge, love, service, and action aligned with Dharma. Swami Vivekananda's life is a story of courage, devotion, wisdom, and service. From a curious boy named Narendranath to a monk who inspired the world, his journey shows us the power of self-realization, discipline, and fearlessness. He taught that every soul is divine and has infinite potential. True happiness and strength come not from wealth, power, or fame, but from understanding oneself, controlling desires, and serving others selflessly. Vivekananda believed that the greatest service to God is helping humanity, and the highest knowledge is realizing the eternal nature of the soul. His teachings continue to inspire millions to overcome fear, embrace courage, and act with integrity. He showed that spirituality and action must go hand in hand. Knowledge without practice is incomplete, and devotion without action is empty. Through meditation, self-discipline, and righteous living, one can achieve true freedom, peace, and fulfillment. Swami Vivekananda's life reminds us that challenges and hardships are not obstacles, but opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and braver. Even in moments of doubt and struggle, he never lost faith in the strength of the human spirit. He believed that greatness lies within every individual, waiting to be awakened through effort and determination. He encouraged the youth of India and the world to arise, awake, and strive for greatness. His message of strength, self-confidence, service, and universal love remains timeless and relevant even today. In conclusion, the story of Swami Vivekananda teaches us: discover your inner potential and believe in yourself. Serve humanity selflessly, it is the highest worship. Seek knowledge and wisdom and practice it daily. Live courageously, fearlessly, and with compassion. Swami Vivekananda's life continues to guide humanity, showing that by combining spiritual wisdom with action, we can achieve greatness, transform society, and find eternal peace. Stay inspired, follow his teachings, and let his life be a beacon of courage, wisdom, and selfless service. Here on the English Journey, we bring you stories that ignite your mind and uplift your soul. Let Swami Vivekananda's journey inspire you to live a meaningful, powerful, and enlightened life.